So come home from work, hop out of those work clothes, put some sweats on, and make yourself some breakfast for dinner. Hello everyone! Today we're going to be doing breakfast for dinner, and we're doing my version of French toast. So to start, we're gonna need some type of cinnamon swirl or cinnamon raisin bread. You can find it in your bread aisle, or sometimes you can get it in your bakery section, or you could use your own if you want to and use homemade. But I have cinnamon raisin bread today. We're gonna need some eggs, some milk, cinnamon and vanilla are optional, and maybe a splash of orange juice if you have it. I don't have orange juice, but that's a little secret ingredient that people put in sometimes. Now what I've done is I've turned on my oven to its lowest setting, and for me that's 170 degrees. And what I do is I put in an oven safe plate into my oven, and then as I'm making French toast in batches, once it's done I just put it on a plate and I keep it in the oven to keep it hot so that I can make all of my French toast and it'll all be warm when everyone's ready to eat. And then I have my griddle over here, and I'm just going to turn that on low heat for now and get that heating up while we prep our little custard mixture that we're gonna soak our bread in for a little bit. So I have just a little glass square pan that's a couple inches deep, and that's what I'm going to use as my bread dunking station. Another thing that would work would be like a pie plate or anything that has some depth to it that you can put your milk and your eggs mixture in and soak your bread slices in there. Today I'm going to be using unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Any kind of milk you have should work just fine. And there might be a good ratio of milk to egg. I just kind of eyeball it for color. If you have an egg to milk ratio that you like to use for French toast, let me know. Leave a comment down below. And then I take a fork and I just break my egg yolks, and then I get them mixed into our milk. That looks pretty good to me. And I know I have cinnamon in my bread, but I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit into our custard mixture. And it might not mix in super well, it likes to just float on the top. And then a splash of vanilla, just an extra little flavor boost. Mix that in. I'm gonna add in just one more egg. And I'm not a stickler for how much egg is in my egg milk mixture, and that can be really handy sometimes if you only have a couple eggs. So you can really stretch your custard mixture by just adding more milk. Awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my bread out. Beautiful. All right, so my griddle is preheated. I have it just above low, and you may have to finick with the temperature, turn it up or turn it down. I think I'm gonna turn mine to not quite medium low, just below medium low. And I have a non-stick griddle here, so if you have a non-stick griddle, you can butter it, grease it if you want. I'm not going to because my French toast usually doesn't stick, but if you're using cast iron or if you don't know if it's gonna stick, use Pam or butter or wipe it with some oil. Better safe than sorry. If you want to use the ends, go ahead and use the ends. They taste good just the same. Some people don't like them. And so I'm just gonna plop a piece right into our custard and just let it soak in there for a few seconds. Now, the end pieces I let soak a little bit more because there's just so much crust on the one side. So just let it absorb some of that goodness for a little bit. Not too long, but And then I like to use a fork. So the fork that I beat our eggs with is what I use to transfer our slices of cinnamon bread onto our griddle. And then we just continue the process. Now you might have really soft cinnamon bread, and so if it is really soft, you may not be able to let it soak for super long because it might start to fill up with the custard really fast, and then you're going to be trying to lift your bread slice out of the custard and it's going to want to fall apart. So just be aware, like put it in for a few seconds, try to pick it up, test it, just to see how sturdy your bread is. I have pretty sturdy bread right now. And then you'll want to make sure you have a flipper at the ready. It's gonna take just a little bit. We're cooking them low and slow. We wanna make sure we cook all the egg. But now would be a good time if you want, say, sausage or bacon to go along with your French toast breakfast. Now might be a good time to get those out and get those prepped and ready, set them aside to keep them warm. Or now would be a good time to cut up some fruit if you wanted to serve that with your French toast. Don't be afraid to give your French toast a little check now and again. I might turn my heat up just a little bit. And when you see they're a little bit golden brown on the bottom, give them a flip over. Sometimes you might have to rotate them a little closer to the center if you're working on a square griddle. Sometimes these end pieces don't get very golden in the middle, but that's okay. They just need a little extra time and love. Beautiful. Nice. And then once the other side has golden browned up nicely, we can take it and either put it on someone's plate right away to eat, or you can pop it in the oven to keep it warm, which is exactly what I'm going to do. And then while we're waiting for the rest of our pieces of French toast to brown on the other side, let's go back and add another piece of cinnamon bread to our griddle. And our end piece looks to be done. So we'll take another piece and fill in its spot. So you just keep going until you make as much as you want or as much as you need. And if you start running low on your custard, add in some more milk. And if you need a lot more custard and you have eggs, add in another egg, depending just however much you need. And then if you don't need to make a whole bunch of French toast, the leftover cinnamon bread is also excellent, just toasted with a nice smear of butter on it. Good stuff. Very nice. Oh, very nice. And we'll put these in the oven. And I'm gonna use this front space and brown up a couple sausages. And once you're just about ready to eat, make sure you get out your maple syrup and get some of that warmed up. I'm gonna go ahead and plate me up these pieces right here. Nice golden brown. How about that? Woo! Just need some berries on top. Get a little color pop. A little bit of warm maple syrup. Are you a maple syrup on sausage kind of person? Let me know down below. We should take a poll. Shall we dig in? Cheers. It's like having dessert for dinner. But hey, this was whole grain bread. It's nice and creamy from that custard that we soaked the bread in. I'm trying out a new sausage here. Let's see how it tastes. It's alright. I know I didn't make the sausage, but I mean, it's on my plate. I have to try it. I'll try it with a little bit of syrup. Nice with the syrup. What can I say? Delicious, satisfying, minimally labor intensive. So come home from work, hop out of those work clothes, put some sweats on, and make yourself some breakfast for dinner. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, head over to my channel, but also hit that subscribe button and that bell so you know when I drop the next video. And again, thanks for watching. See you next time.